Hey friends, last Wednesday we continued in our series called Stressed Out. And really it's no secret that everyone you know carries some degree of stress. There are stressors all around us. Maybe for you, maybe you have a mean teacher that just seems to have it out for you no matter what. Been there, know what it's like. Maybe you have a coach or director that just makes you feel tense. Or perhaps you've had a fight at home before that just made you so angry, so stressed that you left it physically shaking. The list of things that stresses us out can go on, but when it comes down to it, I think we can boil it down to one key ingredient. That's people's expectations of us. Other people and what they expect from us can be a huge point of stress in our world. Sometimes we start focusing way too much on what other people want us to do or say or act like or think like, and before we know it, we start to pay way more attention to them than to what God wants us to do or say or think like or act like. And that can be a huge problem for us. Luckily, King Solomon has some wisdom that he jotted down in Proverbs that can help us understand how to deal with the stress of other people. And it's in Proverbs 29:25, and he says, "The fear of man will prove to be a snare, but whoever trusts in the Lord is kept safe." And the word snare in this verse simply means trap. Solomon wisely points out that when we focus more on what other people expect us to be and less about who God wants us to be, we're as good as trapped or maybe even dead. Solomon's saying that when you put your trust in the Lord's provision over people's persuasions, everything changes for you. When you trade people's opinions for God's omnipotence, you get to avoid being trapped, being stuck, being left at the mercy of other people. And when you stop following people's expectations and start following Jesus' example, you'll find that your path is a whole lot clearer. And the bottom line for today is trade your stress for His strength. But how is this done? How do you trade your stress for His strength? Well, it starts by identifying that trap. What is that snare? What is it that stresses you out? Is it homework? Is it tests? Is it lunch in the cafeteria? Is it looking in a mirror? What is it? Identify what that is. And then second, identify the trapper. Who is it that makes you stressed out? A friend, a coach, a parent, a sibling, yourself? Once you identify these things, it's time to give that stress to God, which is our third point, which is rely on God. Make the choice to put your trust in God. He's big enough to help you deal with any stress that'll ever come up in your life. I'm excited for you to discuss these things in your life group as you get a better idea of how to trade your stress for His strength.